Please all rise for the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Denise, roll call.
Debbie? Here. Dave?
Here.
Carolyn?
Here.
Norm? Jeff?
Okay, first thing on our agenda here is Tim Breland, certified surveyor. You have some parcels or that you want to bring forward.
Yes, I have a parcel that Bruce and Christine are creating for their children. It's a 2-acre parcel. It contains most of the buildings and everything, and it's just down the road here. It's down the road here.
This
Well,
way.
this way.
Yes.
Yep. And we're looking to get. It has been approved by the county, and we're looking to get your approval.
Okay. And this has gone through the plan commission, correct?
Yeah, I do, the CFR one is a farm consolidation.
Okay.
Wouldn't be a problem on that.
Okay, so do we need a motion to approve? Do we need to approve this, or we just sign off on it here?
I think we need a motion to approve.
Okay,
I'll make the motion to approve the Bruce C. Hafer CSM as presented.
Second.
the motion's been made and seconded to approve the CSM for Bruce and Christine Seehafer. Is there any further discussion?
If I may, Madam Chairman.
Yes.
Just for the audience, those that are, if they're not familiar with what we're talking about, used to be Lionel Olson parcel just to the west here of the church.
And so they're just splitting the house off this, from the rest of the property?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Any other discussion? We'll vote.
Debbie? Aye. Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye.
Signature.
Right, oh, right here. I was looking for it there.
Yep. Right here. Sure.
Okay, the next one?
All right, the next one is for Mary Stroman.
Stroman.
Stroman, and she owns 3 parcels, actually 1 large parcel, and remnants of 2 little pieces that there are 3 different tax parcels, and she just wants to combine them
Into one.
into one, yeah, so she doesn't have 1 tax, so she does have 1 tax parcel. These are two little slivers of lands that we're just adding to her existing property that she currently has title to. So we're just cleaning it up for her boundaries.
Okay. Okay. We have a motion?
I'll move to approve the CSM of Mary Lou Stroman.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the certified survey map of Mary Lou Stroman. Any further discussion?
I don't see a problem with it, it's basically just good housekeeping, is all it really is.
Okay, good.
I'll, make the full planning commission aware of these 2 transactions, but these are very routine.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, let's vote.
Debbie? Aye. Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye.
Great, same here.
Mm-hmm.
Get your signature. All right, thank you very much.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you. Okay, Stacy Delson?
Chilson.
Oh, okay.
It was that cell phone reception.
Okay, yes, sir.
My name is Stacy Chilson. I'm with the Little Rose Riders.
Uh-huh.
And we're having no issues at this time with trails, but we're just trying to look ahead for safety reasons. I'm sure some of the board members already know that we use the rail grade that goes out to Man, and this last year we traveled Man to get to the property right across from the vet clinic. Myself, I am on the county board for representatives for this area, for the trail system, and it's a very unsafe,
Yes.
and I'm not a big fan of it. So in our meeting last night, we talked, and I'd like to propose using Marsh Road when we come out of,
Dike, off the dike.
Yep. And then there's a small parking lot there to continue to travel on Marsh Road up to Highway E. And then we can cross Highway E and then get into the properties that are just over here to the west. And then we can join up with what we already have. This would be a new trail. It would be safer for number one reason. It'd be less noise and that type of issues down on what we're currently experiencing like we did this last winter. And that's basically what I got to bring to you guys. Just asking if it would be okay to use Marsh Road. I did check it out a couple times last year. The patrol guy seems to leave like a crust on the road, so they're with the snowmobiles running on it, on the side of it, that there wouldn't be no damage occurred, stuff like that, compared to Man Road where it's plowed always, right down to the blacktop for safety issues there. So.
It's chip seal.
My only concern would be, I guess I'm speaking out of turn, Madam Chairman, may I address the
Yes, you
question?
may. Yes.
Okay, have you confronted any of the neighbors in that area?
No, we have not. We just wanted to come to you guys
Okay.
first.
I mean, because spoon feeding, educational wise, to what, you're looking to do or you would like to do, goes a long way with the neighbors, because that's who we're gonna ultimately end up answering to if it comes before PC or town board here.
Okay.
And just word wise, if you can make contact with them, depending on what the outcome is here,
Mhm.
that would be, I would recommend as your first step to do.
Okay. Okay.
Is that the only route to get across that you have come up with?
Yeah.
Located
Um,
in the right
we've
corner.
been working on this for
For a long
several,
time, yeah.
All the time.
ever since, what was that property? It was
Felton,
Mr. Felton,
down across, man.
correct. He sold his properties there, and that basically shut us down
Okay.
from continuing a loop for the families of Marshfield.
So did you approach the property owners from
Where,
Franklin, CA for Olson? Was it hook up someplace down on Stod or?
right where we generally,
Cross stop.
Like receive?
yeah, we already have
Oh, okay.
permission from Mr. C. Haver.
Yeah.
And from what I was told last night, we've got a lot of permissions already, because we were thinking, the guy that does this section of trail, Jamie was thinking already about it last year. We just have one or two more people to ask. And we just started it, because September's generally when we start doing our questioning and getting our authorization for trails.
I guess I'm not comfortable without asking the residents of Marsh Road.
Okay.
So if you could make those contacts within the next month, I'd be more than willing to, put them on the agenda for next month.
Okay. Do you want just permissions from the driveways that go to Marsh Road, or some of the one, I think there's a road or two that branch off?
Yeah, but they're very close. It's just a kind of little
It's a loop.
Okay.
loop.
It's a loop there. I think just the ones on Marsh Road. And
Oh.
there's enough trees and the snow that's gonna muffle a lot of the snow.
Yeah. I did research it last year during the winter, as far as I know, it was brought up last night, maybe about running the ditch, and I'm not comfortable with that. There's too many issues there also with debris and that's why I'm asking for the road addition. Right.
Mhm.
In fact, that it stays shaded, it's gonna hold the snow a lot longer than.
Right, if
Yeah.
you stand at the south side of it,
I can see your reasoning there, because it is a shaded road, there's no getting around that.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Okay.
If you want permissions, yes, we can.
I would think that, because that's who they're gonna have to answer to.
Okay. That's
Um,
that's what I.
Okay, so come back with that for October
Okay,
and see what the reactions have been and the responses.
okay.
And you might want to tell those people also too that we will be discussing it at the next board meeting.
Okay,
You know, that might,
Unless you want a written, permission from them, you know,
that's what I was gonna ask, if you want names and what their thoughts were.
well, Denise, you can give them the names of the property owners along Marsh, right? It's not been.
I think that would help you out, and that way, who did I miss, who didn't I?
Okay. All right. Any more questions for me?
Oh, don't believe so.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Jamie
Greenberg.
Greenberg, yes, okay. I think I've spoken to all of those guys
Oh.
several times last year.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, we will move on to comments from the audience. Do you have any comments from the audience on anything? Yes.
Rick Doerr, 643 County Highway E. I got a couple phone calls and, about the Fall Fest and, the animal shelter that, the workers in the kitchen or whatever happened this year, and sharing some of the proceeds for that. Couple of questions were, if they're going to continue to do this, is there going to be a policy or procedure in place so other people can,
Do it too?
well, not do it too, but if there's an application, that gets discussed on an agenda or whatever, like the FFA or 4-H, maybe the library group, things that we actually pay into as a community, have an opportunity for a fundraiser, for the schools or whatever, the Lions Club, things like that.
Well,
That's
we
gonna
don't
be-
have any, as you know, we don't.
I know we don't have anything now, but if it's
Yeah.
gonna be a continued effort, joint effort.
Yeah, I don't know whether it will be or not. We'll sit, when we get to the wrap-up meeting, I think that will be discussed. What the plan is for the future. And where we stand, yeah. Because it does cut into our profits, and we've heard some, it cuts into some of our profits, not a huge amount.
Was it just the food kitchen money, or?
We did 2 areas. Nobody complained to me about anything on it. We did one area with the kitchen just because we didn't have the physical manpower. We tried it last year a different way. That didn't work either.
Okay.
We also set up one table for wings out of the clinic for breast cancer survivors, and we're donating that money away to them also. I guess at the point in time when we can't pay it forward, then I guess we'll make a decision on what the future would be.
No, that's fine, I was just curious,
Right.
those are some of the
Yeah,
questions.
but-
Well, I think we've all had questions about it, but we tried it. This is something new this year. We'll see what the feelings are with it in the end. I think we do need to keep in mind that, we do have a very giving community, and we do need to think about some of those other areas. So, I guess there's no decision. There certainly will have to be a policy if it is a continuation.
Right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Okay. Approval of minutes. Actually, we should have had this open bids this road open bids first. Okay, we'll just move through this. Approval of minutes for August 11th, 2014.
I got one correction on there.
Okay,
Under the area for the park, you have cement sidewalks, which will be brick.
I'll move to approve the minutes of August 11th, 2014 with corrections as noted.
Second?
Sounds like I got
a motion has been made and seconded to approve the August 11th, 2014 town board meeting minutes with corrections. Are there any other corrections or changes? Any discussion? Take a vote, Martha.
Debbie?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye. Okay, Mike. I guess, was there,
Okay, John Schaefer had purchased what used to be the Bill Cherokee parcel at the end of Man Road, and he came forward with an updated CSM, basically, is all it was on that one. And other than what we had acted on there, the JPC between the city and the county, I wasn't able to make the last meeting because it was held on a Thursday, but from what I heard, that it seems to be working quite well. I think about Dave and Carolyn Hughes were both at that meeting. I don't really know what they were referring to on that. It's just that no problems thus far, I presume. And then the city is going to be looking at the runoff from Hilltop Apartments, which is just west of what used to be Bubbles or someplace else, because it is creating some problems down into Zig in that area there. And Doug has been working with them on that. So, and as far as the buy-in review, I don't know what day was that actually at Bud County, but I know that has been passed.
yes.
Is done with, and from what I heard back was that the county was impressed with the way it was handled, the detail was done, documentation was there, the presentation was adequate or good, and they were fine with it, so it passed, no problem as far as I know.
Correct.
And that's all I've got.
I got a question. Last year for budget, you guys put in for computers. Are you going to be getting them this year yet?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Do not know. You'd have to take that up with the chair.
Well, I asked him and he didn't know either what you guys were planning on doing, so I thought maybe you could take
No, he
a
hasn't
meeting
been-
and find out what's going on.
Okay, I can,
Yeah, address it, please.
yes.
Yeah, we're coming up to a new budget year, time of year. Anything else? Okay. Any other questions for Mike? Okay, we'll move on to fire department. Kevin?
Everybody got my notes that I emailed through to you?
I didn't turn my computer on today, so.
Okay. Anyways, the biggest thing is just we had that memorandum that I got to sign with the University of Madison again. So I just wanted to inform you guys what I was signing. After that, probably in the next week or two, and I don't remember from last year, I apologize, but we got to write, you know, as our bills come in for Fall Fest, do we, you know, we want to make the process quicker. How do we have to wait till next month's board meeting to have checks wrote to pay again, or how do you want that done so we can get a faster payment out to these people? Like the beer, the food, stuff like that.
Well, we have approved, you know, with your Fall Fest. So as long as everything is documented, they should be paid as the bill as they come in. I
Okay.
don't know how do you feel about it?
That's the way we've always done it in the past, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd like the clarification so I don't you know, I do enough stuff wrong, so I want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing right. So,
All right, no, that's fine.
so as we turn them into Denise, then Fall Fest stuff can be, she can
Yes.
cut a check for that right away.
Yes,
Okay. Otherwise, I thought Fall Fest went well. We had a lot of people again. Thanks for the people that helped.
Got any estimate how many were here?
Not a clue. At one point, I would say, like just before the fireworks were going off, there had to be, 1,000 or so. And when the band started in there, it didn't seem like we lost too many from the crowd. A lot of fireworks people were sitting across the road here. There was probably 100 people or so that when the fireworks were done, you seen them leaving, but they never really came over to our event. So, but that's fine
a
too.
lot of children.
Yeah, but I mean, average for the best rough counting person to get there, they had to be around 2,000 at the height of it.
That's the
So
biggest crowd I ever seen. I was there about 6 hours, I know, man.
there was a lot of people there.
Couldn't even get through.
Yeah, it seemed like everybody had a good time. We had no issues. The cops did not make it this year. I think that's the first time ever.
Maybe why you had more people.
We won't discuss that in a public meeting.
Let's keep it to note for next year.
Yeah, but no, like I said, otherwise I thought it was a great event, and for everybody that, supported, we do appreciate it greatly.
And I want to thank Ann today, who has spent, Ann and I spent the entire day going through the proceeds, and the bank didn't kill us when they came in with our box load, and so, and we were there till 5 o'clock tonight, so, but we do have it counted, but of course we don't have anything tallied, but I do hope to have this out quickly, so hopefully we will get the bills quickly.
I'm hoping by next month we got it all squared away.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
So, question?
Did the fire trucks get sold? I see they're gone from Danny Radetsky's.
Oh, you might want to report what you did, what
Oh,
happened.
okay. Yeah, no, the fire trucks never did get sold from a standpoint of somebody purchasing. We did take them to Shaw's. Which, I mean, I had a lot of phone calls on, but at the end of the day, people wanted to give $2,500, $3,000 for them, and, we had to go by scrap price, which was more, so.
Well, I know they were sitting there and.
Yeah.
And I actually saw a couple people in there and
Yeah, and
I assumed looking at them and then all of a sudden they were gone.
yeah, no, and we tried everything, that's what I mean. We tried every avenue we could think of before we did scrap them, especially the old ladder. I hate to see go that route, but at the end of the day, I call it the crappy part, I guess. You have to take the economics of it over,
Yeah.
anything else, so.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Sure. Before we start on our, for the library report, Ruth isn't here this evening, so before we start on the supervisor reports, I would like to move the new business open bids for Man Road project so that not everyone has to stick around here. All this.
Carolyn, did you have any other questions for me, or?
No, I
Okay.
think that's it. If you want to go, that's fine. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm. We have two bids. We have two gentlemen here that are representing them. Okay, the first bid is from Paul Bugard Trucking Company. This is Man Street east of Lincoln Avenue to remove the existing asphalt, bad soil, install 2 runs of 4-inch drain tile with sock, install 18 inches of breaker run, 8 inches of base course, fine grade, water and compact base course, paved with WISDOT specifications, type E1 hot mix asphalt, compact to an average thickness of 3 inches in 2 lifts. Road width will be 24 feet Bid is per lineal foot. We will complete the above work for the bid price of 80.67 per lineal foot.
How many feet do we have for lineal feet?
Well, quite a few, but the reason for this was specing it in the bid process was to see what we got that done at, or left at the end of the year. And then
And so how many feet we can do?
Didn't we get, ask for prices both ways for the whole project too? We had
No.
decided we were going to.
It was discussed, but the end discussion was that we would just ask for the 5 foot.
I thought we had decided to go for both numbers.
I don't think that's the way the ad went out.
last minutes.
We can't ask for the full project because we don't know, the reason we went by per foot is because it's gonna depend on how much money we have after we get the grant money back and how much we will be able to do.
Right, but we were gonna look at, well, it says right here, move to put the reconstruction of Man Road out for bids. It just doesn't say either way, but I know we discussed it, put it out both ways.
You questioned it, but the motion was,
There was no motion. Just to put it out for bids, that was it. Move to put the reconstruction of Man Road out for bids. It doesn't say on the lineal foot or if it's for the whole project.
Well, anyway, the ad was for per foot. So we have, the other one is from Earth Man Street, work in the town of McMillan, remove existing asphalt. Anyway, let's see, install 2 runs 4-inch drain pipes, tile with sock, install 18 inches of breaker rock, 8 inches of base course fine grade water and compact base court. That price was $34.15 per linear foot. And then you do pave with Wisdot specifications type E1 hot mix asphalt, compact to an average thickness of 3 inches in 2 lifts. Road width will be 24 feet. Bids per linear foot is $35.45.
What was it, 34?
was the base and then asphalt. For a total of $69.60 lineal.
So what?
A
So the total
yeah,
bid then is,
$69.60 a lineal foot.
yes,
We just bid it out.
60, yeah, okay.
First price was 34 and what?
15.
so it's 70/10, right?
What is it?
If you add the two together, it'd be $70.10.
$34.15 and $35.45.
$69.60.
34.15 and 35.45.
$69.60.
Oh, I thought it was a 95. I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay, okay. Okay, so now what, David?
And we're comfortable on everything else, right?
Two runs. 18-inch paper rock. 8 inches of base course. Yeah, you just split it up. Same thing. exactly same amount of work.
I'll move that we accept the bid from Earth Inc. at $69.60 per foot for linear foot.
A second. The motion has been made to accept the bid of Earth Inc. For a bid of $69.60 per linear foot. Is there any discussion?
Is it possible to put it out for bids for the full project?
We'd have to run it.
Well, that's what you, basically, you mean for the whole road?
From what you're looking at now, wasn't it from Lincoln? Is that what you said? From Lincoln?
Lincoln East,
Mm-hmm,
as far as we could afford to go.
yeah. Well, we don't know how far we could afford to go unless we get a full price, would we?
No,
I mean, a full
no,
bid?
no, we don't know how far we can go until we know what the money situation is when it comes to, and when we've completed all our projects. And if the
I
money
understand
is.
that, but I'm just saying, wouldn't it be cheaper to bid a whole project than by lineal foot?
Got any
This is
opinions?
the way you requested it, so.
I know that, I understand that, but if you went and bid the whole project, wouldn't it come out cheaper? I mean, you're doing so much more at one time.
My price is the same as what we bid last year when we were low, so I guess they just wanna work cheaper.
Kinda sounds like it, doesn't it?
However you wanna figure it, you could figure a half a mile,
I mean, is it
and
gonna come out
divide it by
the
the
same?
footage, and it's gonna come out the same.
Well, that's what I'm asking,
Yeah.
I mean, if, you know.
Divide your times it, you're gonna
Yeah.
come up with the end result.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't make any difference whether you do the job or do it this
In
way.
all my years,
It
I've
comes
never
out
seen
the
one
same.
bid that way.
No.
Comes out the same.
No, I have to agree with Harvey, I've never bid one this way either, it's,
And I've been doing this a long time, so have you.
Yeah, but,
That doesn't mean you can't do it.
that's right. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So I guess, did you get the answer you wanted?
Well, that's what I was looking for, is it gonna be the same price, and, but then again, if you, I guess what I was looking at is if we did the whole project at one time, then we wouldn't have to go through this again next year, because then you know it's gonna be more expensive next year. And we might be cheaper off this way.
Well, first of all, we're not
Who said it's
gonna,
be cheaper next year? Who says it's gonna be cheaper
I said it
next
might
year?
be cheaper next year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you just said it would be.
And I can't differ with you.
Better only do about a half a mile and save the rest for next year.
yeah, and we know we're not gonna do the whole road, which is gonna eventually have to be done, because they're gonna be doing that work on E, so we're not gonna get anywhere close to that.
No.
So,
That was the reason for starting on the west end.
yes, and doing it this way.
That work on E, that's supposed to happen next year, so.
Yes.
Right,
Mhm. Yeah.
and then we'll be
You
doing.
don't have a lot of time.
And there's other projects in the township that we're gonna have to address, and I've got a couple for next year too, so,
Yeah,
Come up with a priority system.
exactly.
and we're gonna be working on that very soon. Yeah, very soon. We've already got somebody lined up to help us with that, so, okay. All right, any further discussion? Is that, okay, let's take a vote.
Debbie? No. Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, and we don't know,
Until the
of
next
course, we don't know where we're gonna be with this.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's not gonna do it, at all.
Right.
You might not have the money.
Well, that's exactly the point, that's the point. Yeah, so,
And there's only one.
Okay.
Whatever the next thing.
all right, we're gonna go
They all
to,
just clear back.
And it's all residential.
Okay.
Not-
yeah, okay. Jeffrey is.
Yeah, it is just the one.
We do have to have some discussion at this point.
And that made the whole truck so clean. He's the only one that does it.
Our discussion about the website.
I went through all the notes that,
From Solaris.
from Solaris and what Denise had sent me, and I know what Jeff is asking for. He wants it to be able to get onto our website, put something in for searching, and be able to get there,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Which, I agree with him. I think that's the way it should be too. Otherwise, you're digging.
So are you going to accomplish that?
Am I going to?
How are we going to accomplish that?
Tell Solaris, this is what we want done.
Okay.
And we've told them, and they said they will not move forward until they have specifics. And Jeff said, you're the expert,
Right.
you figure it out. Well, they won't, that's not gonna happen, correct?
There's a, I don't know how to say it, they're not working together.
Well, we can make it work together really easy. The board wants Solaris to go with Jeff's recommendation, what he wanted to begin with. That's not that hard. I don't know why this guy is bucking.
He says it is, he says Jeff wants the DeForest-like website, and Taylor said that was a custom-made website for the town of DeForest. And I said, isn't there some kind of just a cookie cutter thing where you can just plug in McMillan and plug in our minutes? And he's laughed at me.
No, it
and said
doesn't work
no.
that way. The
So it
DeForest
doesn't work that
website.
way.
But
He
you
said he
look at
can't
that?
do DeForest.
No, but he could do something similar. What I know what he's looking for is the search part of it. Because otherwise, in a couple of years, we're gonna be adding on to that.
You
And it's
want,
gonna cost them more.
would you like to?
No,
We need to find somebody, because obviously Jeff is, with his new job,
He's
just
very
is not
busy.
getting it done.
yeah.
So, and he said they're the experts, let them decide, well, they're not gonna do that. So we need to have somebody, so who has some suggestions?
Mr. Weinman, how are you?
I'm just fine, thank you very much.
Any recommendations? How we can move forward on this thing? It just, we're spinning wheels, getting nowhere.
Every computer person I ever talked to since about the late 60s or late 50s, early 60s requested one thing, and that is, what do you want to do? So what she's asking has got to be addressed, but you've got to find somebody who can write the program, and I don't know exactly how to type. You called in people about 2 years ago, and then you kind of blew them off as best I could tell, because they never came back and no decisions were made.
But I know Solaris is supposed to have the capability of doing this and set these websites up. That's what we had contracted them for. And from what
And those are the ones we got a hold of initially.
Right.
You
And
might
the
want to talk to
breakdown-
John Horofsky, who used to have TZNet, because he still writes stuff. He sold all that stuff he sold TZ to Solaris.
John
I-
Zorofsky?
Horofsky,
Is
I don't know how to spell it. It's HR something or other, I think. He used to be in Auburndale, but I'm not sure where he's at now. I could try to find out for you if you like. But I think he still designs and builds websites, or he has people that will do that.
That might be something we could look into. I mean, Solaris is at a standstill. They don't want to do what
We want to do.
exactly.
But how much money have we paid them?
Well, they're going to have to reimburse then or something because they haven't done what we've asked them to do. Because we had a contract with them, I believe.
I thought so.
Right.
So, I mean, and this isn't rocket science. I understand, like with the DeForest one, we're not gonna have everything on there that they do. I understand that. But he's looking at the basics of that to be able to search the whole website to pull up what you want. And, what they were showing us does not have that capability.
Well, what they showed us was just pure ugly. It was
But you
bad.
know,
It was bad, yeah.
First of all, I'm in M636 Galvin Avenue. If you start with something, most of this will work better if you start with anything. And then start
those
to,
capabilities.
right. You at least should have some idea what you want to see on there.
Yep.
And I'm going to use the site that I set up for as an example. How tough is it to see what you want to see on there?
Yeah.
You
You
want
want to
keep
go
it
for
simple,
events,
right?
you want to go for stuff that's written up by the board members, you wanna go, it's all in a menu across the top.
Mhm.
Click on it, it's there. The event thing, it had the fire department, Fall Fest on it, they could have looked at, anybody could look up the,
Mhm.
just click on that and it would come up, click on it, it's there.
But what we're looking at is the search capabilities.
But what are you gonna search for?
Well, you know, you get on your website, you don't know exactly what you're looking for or where to look for it, and to be able to search that through the whole website. That's what Jeff wants on there.
Do we
But
need
that,
that?
I'm gonna come back and ask the questions, what are you gonna search for that's not that obvious? I mean, you can look for an agenda, you can look for minutes, you're gonna look for
I
the,
understand
it
that.
all, and that's all coverable in about 10 to 12 spaces up along the top, which says agendas, what have you.
Or it would search something in the ordinances, you know, that.
Well, then,
You have ordinances.
well, then
and
if you
they
have
that.
ordinances, then you have to have something, a search within that, but maybe you ought to get the ordinances there first and then find out
Mhm.
how you can try to search for them.
Well, they have them, right? Or we have them, got them in PDF form for them and everything. The thing is
Can
I
I get
don't
those?
want this.
Can I get those ordinances in PDF form?
Sure.
She's got them.
Yeah.
I mean, she converted them herself. So the thing is, how sophisticated are we gonna do? I mean, to me, for the majority of people, the things that we're gonna have listed there, isn't that gonna be,
I think what Jeff is looking at is 5, 10 years down the road. So we don't have to go through this. Because it'll all be there.
But this whole thing is modifiable as you go.
Mhm. But
You need
See,
something to
that's-
start with, you
yeah,
need something
and keep it
basic to
up.
start with.
and keep it updated,
Yeah.
right?
And that's what Jeff is asking for.
Well,
But what they're not doing that, Solaris is not doing that. I mean, they're keeping it very basic and that type of thing, correct?
More or less, did you see on that thing he sent, there's two options. Option one is the basic
Mhm.
option. Option two does have the search function.
Mhm.
The way he's got it laid out, you may not have recognized that fact, because it's.
I looked at that too, and Jeff, when him and I talked about the website, he says he did not like their format at all.
Yeah, it's.
And if you look at DeForest, how they've got their stuff, it's really nice.
So who did the forest, sorry?
Well, it was supposed to be a custom job, I guess.
and they said that it will not work for us, is what Solaris has said. I don't know, I don't get it.
I don't either.
I'd talk to Horowski and ask him what he.
I think, yes,
I think so too.
Thank you very much. This is crazy. Okay, Norm said he had nothing to report. And actually, I have nothing to report at this time. Dave?
Come on, Carolyn.
Stratford Road is pretty much complete. We have to meet with the Quest in order to get some of the final work done and inspection. Of course, the concrete's in, the blacktop's in, the intersection is finished. The shouldering is done. So that's pretty well done. We did wedging on Stratford Road, south of C to Elm. We replaced, we had poured concrete in the culverts on Galvin, the double culverts up here by the pit. The county helped us with that, and did we get a bill on that?
From the county?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay. Chip sealing was all done on the subdivision up toward Marshfield, Edgewood, Deer Run.
We have a problem, no. You know, we withheld payment on Meadow.
Yeah,
Okay, well, they came in and redid it.
right.
Okay,
That's
but,
what we can do.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I didn't
okay.
mean to interrupt.
But I didn't talk to you because you were gone and I was gone, so they were gonna come in one day and I think it was, moisture from the bottom coming up, correct?
Well, Well, that's what they think, but that wasn't the problem. They did it and it looks fine, that part of it. The problem is that the crew they brought in their big sweeper and swept all the loose stones into the yards. And so I had all of these screaming phone calls. So I went up there, met with the guy and the supervisor, and they assured me that they would address that today, and I'm to call Mr. Yagi tomorrow morning early to tell him that they didn't do it. So they're gonna have to do something, because I went up and looked and
It's bad.
it is bad. They took that brush and brushed that stones right up the driveways, into the lawns, filled the ditches. I mean,
I'd be hot. That'd be my one.
Did they sweep it before they did it, or what?
yes, to get rid of the loose stone, except that they had, the word is, a new guy on the brush that didn't know how to run it.
Okay.
So, anyway, it is being, I called him right away that afternoon, before they even started it, so that's being addressed. We also have had some questions about the wedging on Stott.
Okay.
So I had a conversation with Mr. Leif this morning, or this afternoon, and he will be willing to come out, but I need to know exactly what the complaint is. And Rodney, you had relayed that someone had spoken to you. He wants to know exactly the area that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
So we need to find that out, and he'll come back and check it out. So, anyway, I'm sorry. But as long as this is all part of the work that's being done,
Road
so.
stuff, and I didn't get any feedback on it,
Well,
so I just assumed
no,
it was
because you
fine.
were gone. You were
Right.
so lucky.
I was so lucky I didn't
Yes,
call.
yeah, right, so, yeah.
I got a question, Gary Franz, M526 Birch. You know, when we complain about all the gravel that's in our ditches and that in the winter, we're told too bad. But now because they put it in there in the summer with a sweeper,
I think this just got really extreme. I mean, it's
well,
not like.
there's a lot of ditches that get extreme too.
But I think Pat can go out with the reclaimer after that, am I correct?
No.
He doesn't? He used to.
No, they tell us that's our problem. If we wanna take it out of there, then we can go ahead and do it.
Right,
It gets to the
We
point-
don't have to mow the ditch is what we're told.
I know.
It gets to the point where when you plow, it depends on the conditions. When you've got shouldering material, you drop the wing of the plow. Are you gonna get some in? Yeah. If you get the fall where everything freezes up tight first, probably not as much. How are you gonna eliminate that? I don't know if you're ever gonna.
Well, you can eliminate part of it by, you know, when he drops that plow, that wing down, you can pick that back up. So it's not
I understand.
hanging there.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
I just think with this situation that it got really extreme, I mean, there were piles, weren't there, Carolyn?
Oh, yeah, there's two young kids they sent back, they were shoveling it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, all along Downfall.
I have read too. It's getting pretty good. Most of the shoulder's gone now.
Yeah, just keep knocking that down, we'll be good.
Okay, all right, sorry, go ahead, Dave, are you finished?
We got you covered. You're up.
Okay. Was that it?
That's it.
Okay. Deb?
Okay, I got some numbers from Mr. Joe here
Uh-huh.
for repairing the town hall sidewalk area here. I got two different numbers. Originally, we bid to leave the landscaping where it was. That was $7,000, okay?
Mhm.
Then I had him also bid it to where we filled that in with concrete right up to the building. And that comes to $11,000. It does not include putting any windows in the front, and it does not include the drainage to the ditch, because we didn't know how elaborate that's gonna get. Because of the grade of it, you know, so we don't have water running backwards. So we're sitting at I'm guessing it's gonna, well, it's 11,000 just to get that portion of it done. But I recommend that we put it right up to the building. And like I was telling Joe, the landscaping end of it, we put a bench and a pot of flowers, save on weeding, Carolyn. And he suggested we put a statue of you out there.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we could,
So that's all along,
That's from the other side,
okay,
okay? Fill it completely
That
in.
was, yeah, that was taking out the sidewalk that you
Right.
described where it was broke. The sidewalk way on the west
mhm,
would stay,
okay,
but the last piece of it on the west
Where it's
side,
broke.
going around the corner, new entry, across the entry, and then to the last, I think there was well, just past the door here. There was a little bit on the end that was still good, that went up to that.
and then up to the building.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first, yeah, and then that also included drain tile getting dug in, including cutting it through the stoop that's out there. As it comes around from the west side, we're gonna have to cut it through and connect that along the building so the drain, I don't think he included anything for the
Green card.
downspouts to actually.
I asked him when
Did
he
he
was
have
here.
that included in that?
And that, yeah, because we talked about that, and I said, I want the downspouts right into the drain
Okay, I
tile.
didn't know if he included them or not.
Yeah.
I know he had the drain tile in there.
Mhm.
And the first part of it there's nothing in there for any landscaping. So if the landscaping would stay, if you wouldn't do the whole amount, then you still have some more dollars to throw at the landscape, because when they put the drain tile in, it's gonna all get dug up
Yeah.
and have to be redone, so.
I'd like to recommend doing the concrete right up to the building.
And then the concrete to the building was the whole west side,
Mhm.
all the way around, all the way to, as far as the sidewalk goes.
And that should take care of the water issue with the drain tile underneath that.
And that water standing there should help a lot with this entryway, right? I mean, as far as because that water's standing and it's, right?
You mean right in front of the door there?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, along here in front of it here. I mean, when it rains, that fills up totally.
Well, that's because the downspouts come right.
Right in
Oh, yeah.
there, right,
You just open
right,
it.
but I'm
Yeah.
saying that maybe then if that runs off, you're not gonna have that held moisture there.
Mhm.
We'll see, maybe, and then maybe
Well, it's
next
not
year
gonna
put the
run off.
windows in or something.
Right, but it's not really gonna run off, it's gonna run down into
Down.
the drain tile and then out.
Yeah,
okay,
From the
then
other-
But any water that falls there
Gonna have to
won't
go
stay in
this
there.
way.
That's one thing you've got there now with that kind with the sidewalk
it just
and the
stays there.
stones. It's a pond. You got a
Yes,
pond.
yes,
So it's like a moat.
yeah.
Mhm.
Where do we stand on finances with this?
Well, we just took 15,000 out of the highway building fund. So we could, we'd be fine, we just put that into the general and it hasn't been allocated anyplace yet.
Okay, so that could be used toward
Yeah.
this, okay.
So the $11,000 bid includes up to the building, but does not include anything out?
It
From
includes
the
the
end.
drain tile as far as the end of the building,
Okay,
but I didn't get a chance and he didn't get a chance to take shots on that and figure out how many feet he's gotta go to
get the
to
drop.
get it into the
To get it
ditch.
out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Well,
that would have to
to
be
do all
done.
that, you still have to know, still gotta get it away from the building.
Right.
Yeah, it's gotta get done. That has to get done.
Mhm.
So if the 11,000 includes everything around the building to that point over this corner, and then whatever,
Mhm.
from there on, it's time and material to get it to wherever.
Mhm. And I
You've
can
gotta
get, I can
get
get
rid of it.
we can get a price on that before we get started. Before we get started, he would get a price on it to make sure that we know what it's gonna be. You just have to get out here and do that
Sure.
shooting.
Sure.
And this, I gave this to him too. This is the SDL maker, is the people that bid it to me.
Mhm.
And I got them because I know they do all of it. You know, they take care of the excavation and the concrete work. And, excuse me. And I got that to them about a month ago. I got to one of their guys, and he didn't pass it on, and ended up the guy that finally did it just came down this last week.
This last week, and I happened to be here.
Yeah, we just had to get it done, so that's as far as we got.
You were out there
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I saw that.
Okay, Joe, question. where the lowest threshold is basically on the given doors, because I know there's a service door on the west side and these two here. Is there enough slope from that threshold outward? Do we have enough elevation with the thresholds to get pitch on that concrete away from the building if you run it tight to it? Or are we gonna be down to 1/8 of an inch per foot?
I don't know that.
I mean, because if it's gonna come in flat, yeah, it's gonna settle in time. We're right back to a moat.
No, that has to be done so it slopes away.
Right, that's what I was just wondering, you know, what's the elevation of the thresholds versus out? Are we gonna end up having to, you know, scrape the parking lot down so you get pitch away?
I don't think so, but
No,
I'll check that.
I mean, that's an issue, I feel.
'Cause I think there's a little bit of pitch on this.
I mean, there's a little height on this one, but on the west one, I'm not sure.
Here.
You know,
Okay.
But you could give us an estimate of what it would cost.
Mhm.
Just give me a call.
I'll do that.
Okay. Anyway, that's where that stands right now.
Okay, very good.
And then also, I think what we need to do yet for the park is to cut in the fire pit. It was too wet this last week, but we're going to do it. And then put some bark around some trees, and I think we're pretty well done with that for the year. And then I have all kinds of ideas for next year.
You got your list?
Damn right I do.
Okay. All right.
Got your arboretum?
The arbors and the thing, they want to stain it before they go and put that out there.
Okay.
Same with the swing, I think we're gonna pull that in and stain that all up. They're both cedar, so they'll stay nicer.
Good, so the park looks beautiful.
Very good.
Yes, okay. Okay. I guess the next thing is the clerk.
Okay. On the financial report, the beginning balance, cash balance on August 1st was $597,343.33. The August receipts were $158,512.10. Disbursements in August were $378,691.97. After making our adjusting entries for payroll expenses, we end up with an ending cash balance on August 31st of $373,723.20. For the checks, total checks issued since the last board meeting from August 12th through today were $492,456.69. And that includes checks 19, 20, 21, 24, and then checks to go in numerical order. If you go down just a little bit, 12,906 through 12,909, and then 12,926 through 12,995.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the checks submitted from 8/12 through 9/08, 19, 20, 21, 24, and then 12/906 through 12/909, and 12/926 through 12/995.
Where is 12,926?
Yeah,
That's
That's
right there.
the almost top one.
the very top one.
Okay, Frontier, okay. And I'll second that motion, but then I got a question. We paid, Earth is in here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you guys know this, that the check to Earth got lost last month.
That I did here, yeah.
So this is just a copy?
Yeah, and then, but then there's another payment too. But
So which
that's
one
a-
is which? Which one did you cancel, or stop
in
payment?
reissue. I think it was, oh gosh.
I think it's the 129.33 is reissue, isn't it?
No, it was over 200,000, but both of
They
these
both
are,
are.
they both are.
I mean, that
Oh,
check.
the number, I was gonna say, no, it's higher than that.
That should be in last month's, isn't it?
Yeah, you got 12,964, which is 218.
It has to be this first one because the other,
206, because this is in last month.
Yeah.
exactly. It's gotta be, because this other one has a date of today's date, so.
And you had voided out, check, yeah, you did void, no, that was 12,883. Is that the number that was voided out to reissue? Would have to be because the amounts are exactly the same.
Oh, okay, if you've got that, I don't have it.
I got last month's.
Good.
Oh, that's good, yeah, because I
That's it.
didn't have that.
So that's the one.
It's 12,883 in the amount of $206,903.96.
What was the number?
1293, you mean the
Last
original
month
one?
is 12,883. This month is 12,933. So 12,933 is a replacement check. And 12,883 would be voided out. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, took 10 days to get from, I dropped it in the mail at the post office.
Okay.
10 days later, they got it in Auburn.
So we still have, and then my next question is, we still have another payment of earthing.
It should be in here.
That's on the next page. About third of the way down.
That's $218,729.60.
And then the balance is 12,994. 12,994. That one's for 2850.
That is the extra drain tile. We did not want that in that check because
Okay.
that was a separate project.
That was my question.
Yeah, that's the drain tile. So that should be just about it for them. Oh my, this is kind of okay. Okay, the motion has been made and seconded to approve the checks 19, 20, 21, and 24. And then checks 12926. Oh wait, nope, that's not the one. It would be 12906.
12,909.
12909, and then we start
12,926.
what happened to 10 and
Well, they were last month.
okay. Oh, they were ahead. So okay,
Through 12,995.
Correct.
yes. Any further discussion?
No, I just want to put it away.
Yeah. All right. Vote.
Debbie?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye. Is there a motion to accept the clerk's report?
I so move.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the clerk's report. Any discussion? Please vote.
Debbie?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye. Okay, Ann, you're up next.
Okay, the checking account, bank balance, bank statement, I kind of didn't get, was $432,475.21. Outstanding checks was $6,024.71, leaving a checking account balance on August 31st of $426,450.50. We've zeroed out the tax savings account. We have the Public Works replacement apparatus has $40,076.90 in it. Parks Fund savings account is $13,673.18. The Fire Department savings account is $13,673.18. $522.62, for a total of $513,723.20. Subtract the outstanding loan of $140,000 for the fire truck, gives you a total of $373,723.20.
So the scrap price for engine 9 and the ladder went into the,
It went into the checking account, and I just have to sort it out, and then we're gonna be opening, that's why I left that fire department replacement apparatus CD I just left on there,
okay,
because we're gonna be putting money in there. I think it's $3,600,
okay,
because it's for the one fire truck and the trailer.
okay.
I think
36, I think is right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think so. We were sort of sorting that out, but we didn't quite have it all sorted out, so
Okay.
we have to sit down and sort that out and get that transferred, so.
And the other 4,000.
Come close to,
Well, then we have to sort out all, what they spent on.
It's all part of the fall fest.
okay,
Yeah, so,
Okay.
That painting and all that.
Yeah, by the end of-
Gallons and everything,
by next
so-
month, hopefully we'll
Yeah,
have it all.
we'll get that sorted out. Get that straightened out, so.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
make a motion to approve the financial report from the treasurer for August 2014.
I'll second it.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to accept the approve the financial report of August 2014. Any further discussion? Okay, please.
Debbie,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye. Okay, next thing up is to approve, disapprove hunting, fishing, shelter agreement for Bruce and Catherine Weinman. I think that we just have to sign this for you, correct?
That's correct.
What is it?
It's just that you have been notified that we're going to build it. It's a non-dwelling structure. There's no electricity, no water, no.
You're just gonna put up a little shed.
It'll have a privy, there's a privy permit.
Okay.
But it's not set up to be a dwelling for people to live in. It's a special thing that the county has.
Big is it?
Sorry?
How big is it?
16 by 20.
Okay, anyway, we just, we have the documentation here, and,
Is that gonna be, you're gonna be able to use that for like ice fishing? Is that what you're looking at?
No, I'm not going to have to get up in the middle of the night. I'm going to sit down and tell lies with my brothers and so on out next to one of my ponds.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see, all right.
Actually, next to one of
and
Catherine's
you're
fields.
you're gonna have a little potty in there too, yeah, wow. Yeah, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the hunting, fishing, shelter agreement for Bruce and Catherine Weinman.
I'll second.
Motion's been made to approve the hunting, fishing, shelter agreement for Bruce and Catherine Wyman. Any discussion?
Debbie,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye. Okay. That is it. And then now we, there wasn't any.
Everything's finished.
Everything's finished. And so now we gotta set up the first budget, or think about dates for it, but first budget.
18th to the 25th, I'm gone, so you can have it any time during that period.
No.
Well, you figure out the dates here.
18th.
That's when I'm gonna be gone. That's, well, we're in September here, yeah. I'm looking at October, I'll be gone.
Oh.
And if I win, I'm gonna be gone longer.
No, you're going to send for the rest of us.
No, I'm not. Oh, you foolish. No. I can pretty much any time right now.
Got a preference, Carol? Sooner the better?
Sure.
First rainy day.
Let's try.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Didn't rain today, that's what you're
Let me
in.
look at the 17th.
No, it did rain today. There were a few sprinkles, even in Stratford. I had them on the hood of the truck when I left.
Wednesdays, is it? Because I usually have routes on Tuesday and Thursday, so Wednesday would work out really good for me.
Wednesday the 17th.
That's not a big day,
No.
that's the day we're going to Stevens Point.
Oh, yeah, we're all
all
going to a
day.
meeting on the 17th.
What about the 24th? The following Wednesday?
Fine.
Okay.
Preliminary.
Okay, the 24th of September, what time?
What have we done it in the past? 6? You're not milking now, so are you
Yeah, we
available
can do
at 6?
this at a different time.
Yeah.
I guess, 6 o'clock
6,
works better.
fine with me.
Okay. All right. What about this? No.
I think just Bruce gets it.
Do you need a copy of anything? You don't.
Yeah, maybe you can. if you would
Could you
mind.
make the copy and then this is the original, right? That you can just give it to the Wyman's. Okay. September 24th.
At 6 p.m. for Wednesday.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Dave? Motion and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. All opposed? Oh, it's a go.
Amen.
Hey, we did
You
better
should have been here
last
last month, Joe. It was
35
only
minutes.
35 minutes.
That's because I was here.
Yeah, I wasn't either. No wonder.
Oh, we
Oh, are you
know.
trying to say we slow it down?
Oh, we just know to lock the door on now.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.